Hi, greetings and welcome guys to your October Taroscope reading. Hey, thanks for joining me wherever you are viewing this from around the world. Guys, Cancer, this is your reading. So let's sit back and relax and see what's coming your way for October. 6 cards and then a chakra energy card at the end, and I will explain how the cards work as we go through the reading. So Cancer, let's see what's in store. The first card is the 7 of Cups, and this is how you walk into the energy of the month of October. The second card is hidden influences that are happening in your presence or around October. The third card is obstacles in the month. The fourth card is attitudes of others around you and how they are behaving. The fifth card is what you should do with different energies and matters in the month, and the sixth card is the outcome or overall energy card. So Cancer, we can see here quite a bit of activity. I see a lot of yellow in the middle there, and I also see some of that darker grey or brown energy coming through this card and this one here as well. So yellowy browns kind of connected to the earth, but of course the yellow is solar and sun and feeling of energetic connections and activity. You have 2 major arcanas, almost the dead opposite of each other. You have the Tower and the Star. 1 cup, 1 pentacle, 1 sword and 1 wand. Wow, you have a real mix. You have a real mix of what's going on in the reading. So let's start with the first card on the left hand side, which is how you walk into the month with the presence. Now I will tell you too, if you look there, you have 2 sevens. You have the 7 of Cups and the 7 of Swords. Now both of those cards have a tendency to tell us that there is illusion around, or the feeling of a wee bit of deception or unreality around certain circumstances or events. So starting off with how you walk into the month with that 7 of Cups on the left hand side. A lot of this can be like feeling as if there are a lot of opportunities around you and the possibility to go down many different directions or pathways. So this could be in any area of your life, but often the cups are associated with the feelings of emotions. So something that could be emotionally grabbing your attention, whether it's relationships or just something you are very bonded to or passionate about. Now some of these options that could be around for you, like choices, that they could be job choices even, or career choices, or friendship choices, or places to move, or people to be with. Some of them may not be that good for you, and it would do you a great service to check very carefully behind each of the surface of these options. Do your investigation and your due diligence on anything to a high level, and I think this goes through for the whole month for a variety of different things for you guys. So don't be fooled by appearances. If something sounds too good to be true, then it probably isn't right or correct. So also go with your gut instinct with October's energies as well. Yeah, it feels like you've got things on the offer and things on the go and on the boil, and you have this choice of selection and directions in which way you are going, but just make sure that it's the healthiest and the best. Sometimes these can be hidden and you have to seek to find the best as well. Now moving into that next card, the Tower, and this is saying hidden influences. Now hidden influences are genuinely positive, right? So this is things that are going to influence your decision and the direction you're moving in. Now we all know the Tower to be an extremely potent and powerful one of the major arcana cards. And actually that adds up to 16, and 6 and 1 is 7 as well. So you've got this reiteration of 7 throughout your whole reading. 7 is quite often a spiritual number, so it brings us back to thinking within our mind and our psyche. It's very much a personal number about addressing inner feelings and thoughts and how you react and how you are acting in life. Hence both of these cards give that inference, as does the Tower card. Coming back to the Tower as a hidden influence, what it's suggesting to us is that there's something in your life that is perhaps unbalanced or not been structured well. It's as if you have created something around you that needed to be more in harmony or in balance. So sometimes the foundations of whatever it is have not been firmly cemented, and they haven't been splayed wide enough, so that as the tower builds, which is your experience of it if you like, as that builds and gets higher and higher, it begins to shake because there isn't enough solid foundation in it. So sometimes this infers that things are going to abruptly change, or you're reaching the end of a cycle with this particular issue in your life. Now again, this could be relationships, it could be work, it could be your health, it could be anything. You will know more than I do which part of your energetic being this card is really referring to and what it is speaking to most. But when the Tower comes, it often means very sudden and abrupt change in direction. It can be relationships, I have often found, and it can even be work-related relationships. I have sometimes noted this card appearing when there is stuff going down at work such that you need to either stay or steer clear of or keep out of the way, and often there's readjustment and realignment going on within friendship rings or management levels or something like that at work. It also turns up in personal relationship realms as well. But as I say, it'll be individual for each and every one of you. Know that the biggest message of the Tower is that it's about creating newness in your life, new paths and new directions, and getting rid of things that weren't going to take you very much further because of this lack of ability to cement it and hold it firm. It wasn't built in the right way, it wasn't going to withstand a long haul duration, and it needed to be altered and changed. So that's the basics of the Tower. Yes, sometimes it brings about anxiety as well, because sudden change often for most of us is difficult to cope with, and sometimes we think, oh, I didn't want that to happen, I'm not ready for this change, how do I deal with it? So some of the things that you can work with on the Tower are be prepared, to have a change in direction of your desired outcomes. Be prepared for the universe to open doors when you least expect them, and know that every time a door shuts, a brand new one does open on the other side. And I think it's a good time to address the Star card, which is your overall energy for the month, and it sits kind of beneath the Tower and connected to that energy quite strongly. So the Star tells us that every time it turns up, it always categorically enhances any negativity, or should I say, I will rephrase that, it disperses negativity by lowering its power so that it enhances it with positivity. So whatever happens and whatever you go through will have been represented by the energies of the Star, which make it more benevolent and make it far more positive. So that's what I'm trying to say, that when change comes, it's nothing to be feared, and it's to be appreciated, because it's going to take you in a better direction. So while we're on the Star, it is a beautiful card, and it does tell you that you are being protected by other realms, especially spiritual realms, so guardian angels, your guides and guardian helpers, as well as the fact that there's just an alignment for you at this point in time galactically, or if you like astrologically, if that helps you to understand it better, that certain things are destined to happen, but they will be in due course for the better and the greater good of your life. The other thing about the Star is she talks a lot about balance again, and of course that's what I've mentioned in the Tower card, that there seems to be a lack of balance when the Tower turns up. And the Star is also bringing to our attention the need for balance. She holds those two jugs of water and she's pouring them onto the ground with great dexterity, and the pools of water they're moving and flowing. So there's this connection there, ground and water, earth and people, energy and sky, it's all connected. She also talks about the need for balance in your emotions in particular, and in the physical body and with hydration and water. So often when this card comes out, there is a degree of the potentiality for you to be beside water, which is whether it's a sea or a river or lake, so bodies of water. Some of you may travel to be beside the sea or the lakes or rivers, or some of you may feel energized, or it would be advantageous for you to be there or experience time outdoors on planet Earth by the water. So that's some of the messages of the star. Now we'll come back up to the third card, which is above the star, which is the King of Rods, which is the obstacles in the month. Now he, interestingly enough, is looking in at this tower. So there's a possibility that this person could be involved in the shift that's coming around the tower energies. He usually is a male, and he usually is a fire sign. So if he's not, if that's not his main sign, it could be a rising or a moon sign that's his fire sign. He's also often associated with entrepreneurial endeavours, so sometimes this is around career or ideas. Now, that could mean that there is an obstacle in your creative flow at this point in time, and that you need to either A, seek some advice or expand yourself. Like if there's a block, you need to be more creative and open it, look further afield, try new paths, new directions, hence the tower. He could be a person in your life that is going to create an obstacle in the month. So he could either be an employer, someone you work with, a lover, a partner, or a family or friend that is creating some sort of obstacle that is causing a juxtaposition for you banging up against. Now when that usually happens, you have to address it because it's telling you something's wrong, we need to make changes. So it's nothing necessarily major, but this guy, given he's a fire sign energy, they can be quite stubborn and quite forthright and determined in whatever direction or attitude they're holding. So you may either have to stand up and have your say, or you may have to change the direction around working with him if it is a person, or if it's your creative energy that's blocked, you have to open yourself up and be more creative and let the flow in. Now we come to the fourth card, and we're back here at the 7, and we have the 7 of Swords. This is how the attitudes of others are for you around the month. Now again, this is a wee bit of a deception card, or a card of deceptional energies. Now if this is how other people are behaving, this again makes me think of these two here, and even this, they're all looking back on each other as if something's building, or there's something going on around you that you need to be aware of, or just back off from, or be careful of the friends you select or the things you're doing in the month of October. If there's activities that you think are a bit dodgy or dicey, mate, get out of it. Just don't be doing it. Back off. Get rid of the people who are causing grief or are doing things illegally or dangerously. Watch your IT, identity theft, things like that. Be careful of passwords. Don't go onto public computers. Watch out if you're signing documentation for uplifting of anything such as mortgages or new loans, or even paying over big lump sums of money for air travel or holidays or destinations, anything like that. Double check it, be super aware, don't deal with anything dodgy, don't buy anything under the table, be above board, right? Because that's how you are less likely to be duped and to have these type of energies around you. I gave a reading on my channel which had, I think, similar. I think it was the tower and this in it, and we had some quite bad experiences here personally in that month. We had a car that we had for sale which was stolen, and it ensued a very difficult passage of journey through that, and they were quite high-end car thieves and criminals around Auckland, so they have now been caught, which is a good thing, but it was a really traumatic experience. So those are the types of energies and things that can happen especially when these type of cards can turn up in a combination. Look, it's not a major deal, it's something you experience in life. We all learned from it, and we have grown wider, and we understand more about things that are going on and such like. So for every cloud there was always a silver lining, as I keep saying. But yeah, the other thing about this is your own self. Sometimes this is about making decisions and being unsure which direction you're going. Like you may have thought you've turned a corner, but you're wondering, was it the right corner? If you've got doubts within yourself about any directions you're making or heading or going in, trust your gut feeling and your inner sense, because often that will tell you the truth. Now, number 5, what should you do for the month? Or the energies or the actions which would be beneficial for you. That 3 of Pentacles is a really good card. Even though it doesn't look that positive, it actually is. It often turns up when you are going to receive some sort of accolade or promotion or acknowledgement, especially within your career sector. If you aren't a working person, then it's within the sector of your creative force or hobbies or something that you are doing within the community or your own close realm where you live or reside, or the people you hang out with, where you are going to find that they reward you some way for your dedication, your time and your skills in particular. It's a lovely card of acceptance, of somebody giving and offering you appreciation, actually. So it's the card of appreciation. It can sometimes mean a slight financial increase, so there is a possibility that you may gain some financial imbuement along the way. This is often a time when people can be offered promotions within their jobs or apply for new jobs even because of the skills that they currently have. So a great card, and again, given that the star is at the overall energy for the entire month, she expands any positivity and she declines any negativity. So you have quite a complicated or convoluted reading, and it's quite intense in its own way. I think, as I've said 3 or 4 times, each of you will independently be able to ascertain which direction the energies are headed in. Obviously, these are general readings only, so I can't be too specific. Everyone has something slightly different going on. But it's workable. You know, it's very workable, and the Tower tells us we're heading in new directions. So, not to be despondent about these things when they pop up, to utilize them as growth curves and learning curves and understanding curves. And if we didn't go through things like this, we would never grow. We would be still stuck back as we would have been years and years ago, like a child. It's part of the whole pathway of adulthood and being a human, is to experience every type of emotion and situation and state. So anyhow, guys, we will finish there with those cards, and we will have a look and see what is coming for you with the chakra cards. So let's see. This is for Cancer. And because I often think of Cancer as kind of being in the 7th month, we will go with card number 7 as we work our way through. Just a few shuffles here, just to get your energy and intention in, and we'll see what positive and uplifting card we are going to receive from here. One more shuffle. I'm not the world's deftest shuffler, as you can see. Action. And we're in the base chakra area, which kind of doesn't surprise me. A lot of the energy in the cards were probably sort of base chakra-y. So I shall find something to imbue that with, the red. And it's card number 3. So it's action, movement, perseverance, discipline, and motivation. I think even the Tower card really represents the base chakra, you know, that whole grounding at the bottom and the fact that it wasn't stable enough. So we're definitely down in the lower chakra areas for you guys for the month of October. And remember, that is fundamentally how we are here as humans, because we are solid physical bodies that live on Earth. So the base chakra is actually a very, very important one. We all work up from the base chakra, and that needs to be in balance, and it needs to be strong in particular. So let's read the words. Listen to the call of your inner rhythms and take bold action in the direction of your dreams today. Cloaked in the fabrics of her passion and at one with the moment, a dancer glides across a stage of sparkled moss and moonlit leaves. She moves with a sense of graceful certainty, and knowing that the ground upon which she dances will rise to meet her steps. Her movements are free and expressive. Her eyes seek nothing outside of herself, for she follows a rhythm that comes from within. Connected to the earth and reaching for the heavens, her dance is a bridge of divine inspiration. She is the embodiment of unified action. And here's the message of the card. In our modern world, with so many different pressures and roles to play, our actions are often inconsistent, postponed or not aligned with our goals. We stand at the edge of our dreams, overwhelmed by uncertainty of how best to begin. This card is here to remind you that you don't need to see the entire path ahead. You just need to clarify your intentions, feel the rhythms of your calling, and begin. Take the first step in faith, knowing that the universe will align to support you. And I think how powerful that last small phrase was when it says the universe will align to support you, because what was the star? And it was the overall message. So without doubt, for any of you that will, wonder when you see a reading like that come in, the biggest message of all and the best placement of any card was without doubt the star. And so you're being retold that message again through the message of this card, or you're being, re-supported the energies of the card of the star through this particular message. So I shall carry on here with the words. Consider an area of your life that you are ready to change or transform. Wow, again, that's the Tower. Ask yourself what physical action you can take today, perhaps even in the next 10 minutes, to assist in bringing about this goal. When the answer comes, follow it. Don't get overwhelmed by the end result or the details in between. Just begin. Once you start, you will find new energy will come in to lift your steps and inspire whatever is needed next. As you take one step and then another, you will begin to build momentum like the turning of a great wheel. Gradual at first, but soon you are rolling and can guide your energy in any desired direction. Stay with this momentum. Persevere. Consistent action will carry you swiftly towards your goals. When our actions stem from a sense of inner knowing, like a dancer moving to the pulse of an inner rhythm, our steps will always be guided and true. Don't wait for things to happen. Start dancing and the music will rise to meet you. So there you are, Cancer. Again, I think it's just a really nice reassurance that you have this benevolence that is helping direct you towards any changes that need to be made, because that is another message that was coming in. When the Tower comes in, he definitely says we need to make the changes. The Star card is there to gift you like gold paving along the way, and the Action card is telling you to take the action and start the steps of the journey of your life and be strong in knowing that it's the right thing to do. So hey guys, powerful reading, something to digest, that's for sure. And I certainly hope that wherever you are listening to from around the world, that you have a wonderful October ahead. Thank you all for subbing, liking and leaving your comments. I love reading them all, and I appreciate all of you, each and every one of you. So I wish you much love. Be safe, be happy, take care. We'll see you in November. My gosh, the year has just simply sped by. Have a great October, everyone. Namaste.